Hello everyone. Today I am going to talk on spirituality for social wellness as a part of a 12-week uh, certificate course on palliative care with integrative approach. So, what is the preamble? Science and religion, okay? Major knowledge system shaping civilization. Science focuses on measurable material world, and religion focuses on spiritual non-material aspect. This is a philosophical and this is a objective. Emerging issues: environmental degradation, ethical vacuum, and social unrest. These are the problems which have to be addressed. And spirituality versus religion, personal quest versus organized belief. You know, a man may not be religious, but he may be spiritual. It is a organized belief system is called religion, and personal quest is called spirituality. Try to understand the difference. Spirituality means personal quest. Religion means organized belief system. And science, outer truth. Spirituality, inner truth. So integration is the key for holistic understanding and peace. Now, the fundamental subject. What is consciousness? The state of being aware of and able to think about oneself, the environment and experience. This is the consciousness. What is consciousness? Somebody asked. The state of being aware of and able to think about oneself, the environment, oneself, and environment and experiences. All the three things. Consciousness in evolution and neuroscience. Evolutionary view sees consciousness as a survival mechanism. Consciousness as a survival mechanism. Neuroscience links to it brain activity in network, life, and context of thalamus. You know, in Ayurveda, what we say, what is the jiv, what is the life? Means Atma, sense organs, body. All the three combined together, four. The sense organs, body, mind, and Atma. Then you are life, living man. Otherwise not. The same thing is they're talking consciousness. What is consciousness? This allows you for this, and how evolution. The modern medicine with the neuroscience, but in Ayurveda we say Atma and sense organs. It is the same thing. Emotion, ego, and behavior, and neurobiology. Emotions influence thoughts and actions. Ego shapes the identity and decision. Neurobiology maps these to brain regions like the limbic system. So, emotion and ego. Emotion influences thought, and ego shapes identity. Very important. AI and mind emotional regulation. AI stimulates aspect of the mind. Emotional regulation involves meaning, feeling via cognitive and neural control. So, with this fundamental, we are now proceeding into the lecture. Simple explanation. What is science? Science helps us understand the world through experiment and evidences. Evidence-based science. Science is evidence-based. You have to show, look, I have done 1 plus 1, it is 2. This is science. What is spirituality? Spirituality is about personal inner experience. Everybody is spiritual and having different experiences. The same word, same object is there. A man with his perception is feeling in different way. Other man is feeling in different way. That is spirituality, guided perception. And in intersection, they meet when science studies think like meditation, mindfulness, consciousness, or healing. Ideas that have long been explored in spiritual tradition. Science you have to do in the spiritual tradition. What is the science and spirituality together can help us live healthier, more meaningful life. How? Meditation and yoga is studied for reducing stress, improving focus, and boosting immunity. Immunity is also boosted by meditation and yoga. You see, immunity means your capacity of body to fight against diseases. That disease may be infectious disease, it may be metabolic disease. For both, your body becomes strong. Mindfulness used in hospitals and schools to manage anxiety and improve mental health. Compassion and gratitude shown to improve well-being and even heart health in scientific studies. You know, now the many studies are there. Your cardiovascular system can be improved by compassion and gratitude. So now we have to follow these things. Researches are going on. Near-death experience explored by doctor and psychologists to understand consciousness. Scientific versus spiritual knowledge. Now this is table basis. Science is evidence-based, observation-based, and logic-based, and spiritual is intuition-based, faith-based, and inner experience-based. Focus: body, symptom, and disease process. In spirituality, soul, meaning of life, purpose of life, and peace. Method: clinical trials, diagnosis, and medical treatment. This is the scientific. In spirituality, meditation, prayer, rituals, personal connections. And verification: objective, repeatable, and measurable. I told you in the beginning, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. It is repeatable. Subjective: it varies from man to man, varies by individual and culture. And in palliative care, pain relief, symptom control, survival, and improvement. And here, coping with suffering, preparing for death, and emotional spirituality. So spiritual knowledge and scientific knowledge, both are important. And if both are joined together by a palliative caregiver, he is the best palliative caregiver and the patient will be happy. So what are the 7 key steps to build the task force? Identify the core member, set shared goal, develop ethical guideline, create training modules, pilot a model, collect review data, expand with community partners. The actions and examples. I will first give you example. A hospital adds an Ayurvedic doctor and considers to the cancer care team. Set goal: ease of suffering, respect choice, and support families. Development ethical guidelines means patient can refuse aggressive treatment peacefully. Creating training module means workshops on grief support, mindfulness, and pain relief. Pilot model means integrative care in ICU improves patient family satisfaction. ICU, most of the time families are not allowed to go to the patient. Only doctors and nurses are there. Now, some integrative care should be developed. So, pilot a model where a satisfaction can be built in the patient. Collect review data. Survey results show reduced anxiety in patients. And expand with community partners, village health volunteers like ASHA, Anganwadi. These should support home-based palliative care. They should be involved. The action I have written include doctors, team may should define the common vision for compassionate whole person, development ethical, create protocol based on patient dignity, autonomy, and cultural sensitivity. Create training model means train all members of the empathy, communication, and integrative therapy. Pilot model: start with one ward or center, observe outcome, collect review, monitor patients' feedback, well-being, and team effectively. Expand with community means collaborate with NGOs, hospice, and local leaders. So, subjectivity and objectivity, balance in palliative care. What is the objectivity? Pain score. There is a numeric scale to measure the pain severity. Subjective: how a person feels the pain emotionally and spiritually. Prognosis: based on test, scan, CT scan, MRI, or clinical data. In objective science, in spirituality, how much hope or acceptance the patient has. Treatment plan: protocol-based medical decision. Here, cultural belief, personal value, wishes of patient, decision making, medical ethics, legal framework, family dynamics, spiritual meaning, and suffering. So now I am giving you a philosophical name: Jeev, Karma, and Rebirth, supporting palliative care. The concept of Jiv and birth and karma and rebirth is very important in Hindu religion. Meaning simplified. Jiv means individual soul, the eternal living essence that passes through many lifetime rebirth. It carries consciousness beyond the physical body. Atma carries the your karma of your previous life. That's why the rebirth. Whatever you are doing today, in the next life, you have to suffer. If you are doing good thing, you will have good life. If you are doing bad thing, you have bad life. This is the Jiv. Jiv means Atma. It never dies. Soul never dies. Role in the palliative care. Help caregiver and patient understand that death is not the end. Body is changing. This is the cloth. Who are you? Your Atma. Atma is always alive, offering comfort, peace, and dignity. Karma. Every thought, word, and action has a result. Now or in future. This is the life or the next life. Encourage acceptance of suffering as a part of the larger journey. Larger journey means many birth. Because you are not dying. So encourage acceptance of suffering. What you are suffering today may be the karma's effect of the earlier life journey. Reducing fear of guilt. No fear because you are dying. You are not dying. Your Atma is there. Promote ethical living and forgiveness. And rebirth. The soul takes a new body after death, based on your karma. This cycle continues until liberation. And liberation means moksha. Punrapi jananam, punrapi maranam, punrapi janani jatre saranam. This is a shloka given by Shankaracharya ji. Moksha means coming out of this vicious cycle of death and rebirth. And that can be achieved by your good karma, by your feeling of gratitude and all these things. All our Gita saying everything, but says the same thing. Now, why philosophy inputs matter in palliative care? Because the patient is not going to survive. So only philosophical thoughts, spiritual manner can help patient to get relief from the pain. When we treat the body, mind, and soul together, we offer true healing, even at the end of life. Cultural sensitivity, many patients, especially in Eastern culture, hold these beliefs. Respecting them build trust. Spiritual peace. Understanding these ideas help patient find meaning, reduce fear of death, and accept the present moment. Family communication. Help caregivers explain death gently and compassionately to family members in the family. End of life rituals. Support integration of spiritual practices like prayer, mantras. हम लोग क्या है कि गंगा जल और तुलसी जल गले में डाल देते हैं. तो उसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि ये इस रिचुअल्स हैं हमारे, उसको हम लोग ऑनर करते हैं. वी ऑनर दिस थिंग. कर्म एंड इमोशंस, genetic and behavior in palliative care. What is this? Karma, cause effect principle. Every action, mental, emotional, and physical, leaves an imprint. Epigenetic shows experiences, stress, trauma, influencing experiences. Role in palliative care. Understanding suffering as a part of large journey helps patient find peace and meaning. And emotion, reactions shaped by thoughts, past memories, and deeper impression. Sanskara. This is called sanskar. Emotion regulates neurotransmitters. Chronic emotions affect immunity and healing. The emotional, I told you in the earlier slide, emotion helps your quality of life improvement. Meaning emotions, managing emotions, fear, anger, and regret helps in reducing suffering and improving the end of life experience. So manage the emotion. What emotion means? What? Fear, anger, and regret. Something you have done, something you could not do in your life. That don't be regret. So purusharth, free will, the mind in palliative care. Free will and the mind. Purusharth, there are 4 purusharth I told you. Dharma, Arth, Kam, Moksha. So this is the purusharth. The 4 aims of the life, dharma, arth, kam, moksha, and helps patients reflect on life purpose, relationship, and mind. Try to remind him what he has done in all the four, and the positive part of all Purusharth should be reflected in the patient. Free will, the human ability to make conscious choice despite circumstances. This empowers patient to choose meaningful activities or rituals in their final days. The will, consciousness, when he is conscious, then he should write his will. And neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire and adapt at any age. Emotional and spiritual practices can still rewire the brain and reduce the suffering. Empowering the dying mind, a holistic perspective. Real life example, a terminally ill person may choose to forgive, to meditate, to engage in selfless services. These are experiences of Purusharth and free will. Okay? Such choices can rewire emotional pattern. If you allow them to do all these things, you are allowing him the rewiring of his neural plasticity. Reduce the pain, perception, and promote calmness. This is called the neuroplasticity in action. Clinical and spiritual view, guided meditation and music can change brain waves and stress hormones. Very important. And spiritual, even in illness, the soul journey can be completed meaningfully. The take-home message is, in the last chapter of the life, choosing love over fear can reshape the brain and free the soul. Integration in palliative care, a counselor, a chaplain, a caregiver can gently encourage this journey process of Purusharth. Patient can also record audio, video if they cannot write. Families can treasure these reflections as a spiritual legacy. When the mind reflects, the soul prepares. It is not just remembering the past, but it is redeeming it. Reflecting on Purusharth through life generalizing. You know what life generalizing means? Whatever you remember, whatever you have done with four Purusharth, write it. Tell them to the family, and because it gives a mind of happiness. The emotional processing, writing allows patient to reflect on their duties, dharmas, earth, kam, and moksha. Sense of completion. It helps patients see how they lived a purposeful life, even with its imperfection. And mental relief. These reflection of your Purusharth, sharing unspoken emotions, regrets, and gratitude, and blessings in writing can reduce your inner turmoil. So practices, dharma, kam, moksha, I told you, what duties or responsibilities shaped my life? Who did I care for or support? Earth, what resources or skills did I gather in my whole life? How did I use them to sustain myself or others? Calm, what gave me joy, love, and meaning? What are the most beautiful memories I hold? And moksha, what do I wish to let go of? What gives me a inner peace now? What am I ready or beyond this life? This is the Dharma Arth Kam Moksha. Now, a case study. A 70-year-old cancer patient using generalizing for Purusharth reflection. Patient named this advanced stage cancer, background a successful businessman with busy life, recently diagnosed and admitted to palliative care. Emotional state, initially restless, questioning life meaning, feeling unfulfilled despite achievements. Purusharth, generalizing. How this is a case for the more patient using generalizing for Purusharth reflection. So he is thinking like this: Dharma, what duties did I fulfill as a son and father, as a citizen? Mr. Raju, I supported my family but built a business from scratch and created jobs for others. Maybe I was too busy to always be emotionally available, but I did my best. This is the reflection Mr. Raju is thinking as part of his dharma. Now, Artha, what did I build is a question he is asking by himself, or achieve, and how did it help others? His answer is, my business provided for my family and employees. I feel proud of the values I kept, never cheated anyone. This is the reflection, generalizing. Karma, karma, what moment gave me joy or meaning? He's asking by himself, right? Then he's remembering my Sunday cricket games, time with grandchildren, and yearly vacations with my wife. They meant the world. And moksha, liberation. What do I wish to forgive? Let go to understand better now. I want to forgive myself for not being perfect. I want to live with peace in my heart. This is the reflection. The role of caregiver, initiation, a counselor gently introduced generalizing as a reflective activity to find peace and close support. Provide a simple and soft bound notebook and a pen. Read out the questions beside you. Encourage storytelling through word, drawing, and voice notes. Asked him weekly, would you like to share anything today? Like that. With these words, I end my talk. Thank you very much.